Welcome back to Glider Gaming. We're throwing another trip into the Rustic Dreamland. Just got things loaded up. Of course, our polymer presses are overheating. Got some jobs that we can do. So, mainly we're working on our new luxury apartments in the sky. And folks are not happy about it. We've got a lot of folks who are not happy about their current work positions. So we might have to drop all these guys down a tier. No new space cadets that we can train. Let's check people's stress levels out here. Yeah, we're getting up into the 50s. Catalina was stressed out last time too. Just not quite hitting her decor. She's shy 5. But if we look over here, she didn't get a boost from eating in the appropriate room. So if she'd just eaten in the correct room, it would have been fine. So anyhow, these people were all done with their jobs. So we'll go ahead and assign them. Seasoned miner. Farmhand. A miner. Mechatronics. Seasoned miner. And Meep. You can go be a gopher. Okay, so the little gray ones usually mean that another, I can't remember. Maybe it's to the degree. I don't know. Drop all these folks out though. Wow, even Camille is not handling it. She's not that high of a tier. Harold should really not be having an issue with morale. We'll make sure he's got the appropriate stuff. So Harold, we need to check his food situation. I'm going to let everybody unassign those jobs before we reassign them. And then Harold. Harold's consumables. So we can take him off of those berries. Same with Jean. Make sure they're eating just the finest foods. Apparently Harold didn't eat yesterday, so he didn't get any boost from food or from the room you're supposed to eat food in. Okay. So over here, we're going to deconstruct some things, and we're going to put in our space cadet trainer. That should help them master that job faster. We are letting them work over here in this area with no positive decor, and they're not wearing any exosuits, so that's probably why everyone's decor is dropping rapidly. Definitely need more glass being produced. I heard a story that to get your bugs to go up to different types, you feed them different things. So we're going to go to a shine nymph, and they can eat 3 things. Bristleberry, and phosphorite. So we're going to start producing Bristleberry and feeding it only to them, and they should become a different type of bug. Nobody's able to eat Bristleberry, so I'm going to bump these up to 7 so that they get tended a little better, and we're going to tell them to make Bristleberries. And if they are making stuffed berries, we're going to tell them to stop that. So we'll see how that goes. All right, they got rid of those. You know, honestly, I don't think I actually want that over here. I think I want it over here. We're not using this space for anything, but we can use these for luxury apartments on the opposite side. So let's go ahead and break these tiles here. It's a pretty big deal. Not refinement, stations. Space Cadet Centrifuge. So I guess we better build some scaffolding right here. I'm overloading this circuit, apparently. It has a maximum 1.2. I don't think it's gonna overload long term. Okay, they got all that stuff broken out, so now we're gonna break this one out. Then we should be able to toss in our Space Cadet Centrifuge, which will need power. How much power? Stations. A whopping 480, which is a non-zero amount. This thing's up to over 2,000, so we shouldn't do that one. So I guess it might be time to build that third one. So we got 2,000, 3,000, so we need one more. How will we actually get it into the base? Got such a snaky mess of wires. We'll figure it out. So power. We're gonna put our final small transformer on this line. I guess we'll put it right here. We're going to deconstruct this wire, build for it a bridge, then we're going to need a watt plate right there, and we can go down and over. Then we can take this one, straight down, bridge it, nope, oh, nope, bridge it, bridge it, bridge it, derp it, and bridge it. So, quite convoluted, but we did find a way. And derped again. Oops. Whatever button I hit was not the O button. Okay, so that takes care of all the blueprinting to get the power where it needs to go. How badly did we mess this up? Probably badly enough. Just gonna go ahead and put those there for safety. Then like the next one we need in, we can run down and we can start like running them up through the bottom here. Like, we'll figure it out. Okay, temperatures are eking up here, but it's not the end of the world. We really don't need to build that out of wolframite. I don't know what I'm going to use tungsten for later, but I just don't feel like I need to be building anything out of wolframite. So let's build it out of gold. Oh, yeah, we were going to go back into the jobs. Okay, so everybody kind of knows their new abilities here. Make you a rancher. You can be a miner. Oops. You can be a miner. You'd love to be an engineer, so sure, go for it. Courier. And a farmer. Okay. Temperature over here is still warmer, but it's fine. It's not super hot like that feller. Not really sure how we got stuff down in the 6 degrees there. Oh. Boiling liquid carbon dioxide, so it's actually very cold. We can actually use this as a natural air conditioner by replacing those with metal tiles. So metal tiles will conduct heat a bit. I just assumed it was coming out at, you know, super hot, super heated regular carbon dioxide gas. I didn't realize it was coming out that cold. I would have opened it up a long time ago. Anyway, metal tiles. Heat travels much more quickly through a metal tile than other type of flooring. So it's a high thermal conductivity. It'll raise and lower heat. And then our gold is also high thermal conductivity, thermally reactive, so that'll help as well. So I'm gonna do that first so that this temperature will start lowering over here. I might even open it up then, because if it stops emitting because it's overpressurized or something, I want it to depressurize so it can keep going. Plastic wise, we're pumping this plastic at a really nice clip. I don't know if it's a glitch or just something they've overlooked or whatever, but when you have stuff set to sweep, it doesn't show you at what priority you have it set to sweep. Glass, okay. I'm getting some glass made. I guess we won't break that one. We might just make it a little skinnier at the top, because, I mean, I guess I could deconstruct all of this stuff and move it over one space, but it's not super appealing either. Okay, they finally got over there to do all that. We refined just a little bit of stuff. Why do you have no power? How did we mess up the power again? I thought we had it fixed this time. Oh, yeah. This bridge, wire bridge right here. So we got that wire bridge set for high priority rebuild. Okay, that's heated up significantly. Why is that? The water is now 26 degrees. It's coming at 15, 20-ish degrees. 30, 30. So what's going on with that? So we're just kind of overtaxing that little space that we've used. So we can come in here and we can add some more radiant pipe like higher up here. I'll add 6 more tiles of it and see if that gets us back. I want to be solidly below 20. I want to be like 10 to 16. Because once we hit 25, that's the max they can handle. 30 is the max they can handle, but 25 degrees Celsius water plus the heat emitted by the lights, I'm just worried. Ooh. It's the first time they've ever offered us plastic. That's 5 more tiles. That's cool. Something else we can do is there's a critter lure here. So what we can do is we can lure our critters in here. Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't imagine that will work. So I'm actually gonna deconstruct that feeder. So we're gonna lure these guys up here, and then we're gonna feed them right here. And then we might be able to shut off these lights. They do have automation. Oh, they're unrefrigerated too. I didn't think about that. So we can use phosphorite, which is something they can eat, to lure them. That oxygen is still coming through at a really low temperature, so that should help. Then we can go back down to the shine nymph or shine bug and choose those gristleberries. I'm gonna set it much lower though. Instead of 2,000, I'm gonna go like 200. I'm gonna go like 50 kilograms because I don't want a bunch of it to get put in there and then go to waste. That's 13 dupes worth of food for a day. Whoa, look at that. It's like we can definitely deconstruct that one. And that one for sure. What does the lighting look like now? Yeah, tons of light. I can't safely deconstruct these other two, but yeah, that does. Holy nuts, that's a lot of light. And they don't emit any heat with their light, so. We're starting to drip in some water here. Okay, I really want to sweep those 2 slime up. Get that out of there. Must be out of spaces to store slime, I would guess. Oh, yep, we sure are. So, cultivatable soil, nope. Organic, there it is. We want slime. Priority 6. I don't want them to move slime from one of those containers to another one. We were also working on decor last time, so we can kind of check out the decor situation. Decor's not great over here, so we should do something about that before we get astronauts in here. We can give them a painting right there. Give them a couple paintings right here. Not able to reach that one though. Deconstruct that and we can build another ladder over here. So bright. We could potentially build a solar panel for those guys to chill out on. Okay, so there's some hot water moving through. Taking cold damage up here. And it's coming out in the desired range, below 20 degrees. Nisbet, what's wrong, friend? You have perfect morale, 20 out of 20. So your stress is decreasing at 15% per cycle. You're just kind of stressed right now. So what I'm going to end up doing is just turning these off and just dumping a bunch of algae down there, so we really don't have to worry about... Look how much smoke CO2 there is. It's just cloudy. And that's... You're trapped in CO2. Ah! Not really the message we want to send, but oh well. They got a bunch of the other slime. They just haven't... Oh, because they can't reach this again. So we'll set this block here to priority 8 so they can get back over here. So how is this going? We're bringing it over here. It's coming out at 40 degrees. We send it through this really cold water, and it comes back out at 6 degrees. So this would be like a kind of an air conditioning tank, because this water is going to be pretty cold compared to the surrounding. It's really interesting. The geysers and the CO2 is... So it's fine. It's not like the awesome cooling thing I thought it would be, but this is 24 degrees, which is cooler than the surrounding area, so... It erupts again in a little over a minute. How are we doing with our glass right now? Okay, got a few more tiles we can build. Oh, we also had set it to only build so much glass, so we better come over here and check. It still has 4 orders for glass, which is 1 more tile. So let's make it 20. Just to make sure we can build a few more tiles. Yeah, temperature up here is drastically increased, because this did start off at like 33 degrees and it's up to 56, but hey, we built, I don't know, 400 or 500 orders of glass. I think we did all right. So we need 1, 2, well, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more tiles. Almost all the slime is out. There's still storage space for slime, so that's good. Wow, stress is still climbing. Not on Nisbet, though. It's on Joshua. Joshua's situation is miserable. Joshua, you're eating poor meals outside of the proper room. You need to have 20, so Joshua needs to go up in the consumable quality. No more of this crud food for you, Joshua. Welcome to the good life. That's a fun joke for me because I'm from Nebraska, which our motto used to be the good life. Apparently now it's not for everybody. It's not for most of us that even live here because, you know, we've been underwater. So, but we're doing okay. Okay, we definitely need to put something in here. We'll do briar. So if I really wanted to, I could like build a second one of these and a second pump. Huh. That's weird. Why is it only going 10 kilograms? Okay, we wouldn't even need a second pump. We could just build a second one of these over here. And we can double the output. Refinement. Then we just split it right here. And do our handy dandy pipe trick. Yeah, there's hardly any power on this circuit. I'm going to go ahead and turn off access to this area because it looks like they've been coming in here and then dripping water, which isn't a big deal because it's very cold water. Oxalite, that's cool. Polymer presses are broken again. Yep, those things are flooded. That's fine. It's probably unreachable now. Yeah, unreachable. Okay, whatever. We'll just cancel it so I don't have to see the graphic anymore. We've cleaned out quite a bit of this stuff. So I'm going to start deconstructing all of these ladders because I don't want the ladders in there. I think I will build one tile there. And we will build a critter drop-off for our fish. Food. Critter drop-off. Getting pretty close to the amount of plastic we need for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, about 30 more of those and we'll be done with that. They've completely finished the ladder, so I'm going to switch this over to buildings and get rid of this other ladder. I'm going to go ahead and build that right there because this won't filter if it doesn't have a place where it, you know, something below it. No, I was going to cancel that because I realized that once I built it, when I break it, it's going to drop all the way down. So, oh well, we'll just lose that piece of glass. It's fine. So for this one, we're going to choose, I don't see Paku or Tropical Paku, so I guess maybe we didn't need this at all. It's weird. think we're gonna need one more of these air filters right here, because my suspicion is as this rises, the gas is gonna rise, so we're gonna wanna be able to take care of that. We have just a little bit of nasty water right there. There's 5 germs. Strange. And they're dying off. It's weird. And polluted oxygen, you think it wouldn't. So we're not letting in any more polluted oxygen from below. So I'm going to get rid of those. I'll leave these just because there's still some polluted oxygen around. Uh-oh. Things must be getting a little too cold in here. So down here is where our paku are. So we need to build fish traps, but we need quite a lot of plastic. So we'll finish our housing stuff before we do that. Probably better build a deodorizer on this level, because we've got some nastiness on it as well. Okay, so into the plumbing here. We're going to deconstruct that pipe. So that needs a delivery filtration medium. And that pipe to break so it can combine. And then we'll be really sending some good quality water along. Everybody's doing all right except Nisbet right now. Whoa, it's just so bright, guys. So bright. As far as this stuff goes, like, all these doors can be a reasonable priority. All of this can be a reasonable priority. Put that one back up to 7. Those are up to 7, and most of those should be reachable. I don't know why they're saying unreachable. Maybe this door can't open if it doesn't have a spot below it. I'm going to deconstruct all of that, and then I'm going to go back into priority, and I'm going to set like all of this at 2. All of this at 2. And I'll just bump up the bottom one to 8 now and again when I notice they've broken it. Okay, they can get through again now. So if I was really paying attention, like as they start breaking that one, I could break the one they're standing on, and they'll just keep jumping up and breaking them as they go. So we're going to try to do that. Okay, now we're pumping basically full pipes through now. So that's cool. Okay, somebody's coming down here. Look how fast that dude moves. It's awesome. Oh, nope. It didn't work. Okay. What do you have down here? What do we build these out of? Sedimentary rock. Well, it was a reasonable idea. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. One more. Come on. Come on. Okay. So deconstruct that. Okay. Yeah, jump out of there. Somebody come deconstruct this. All right. We messed up a little bit, but we didn't flood the base, so that's good. So we won't be so aggressive with it. We can also deconstruct all of this. Well, we'll just construct all of this. And I just have building set. That's why I did commit the cardinal sin there. So we're going to set this one to 7. So we want that done ideally before they build the glass walls. And we'll keep going with this. We do have some polluted oxygen here we've kind of just let in, which I wasn't really thinking about, which I should have been. So hopefully we can get this stuff built here real quick before the polluted oxygen gets in. Especially since it's actually polluted. Yeah, this has been a poor idea. This has definitely been a poor idea. Okay, build all this stuff, guys. Build it, build it, build it. Okay, just a little bit of it got in. Just a little bit of people are having some immune system issues. So let's toss a deodorizer here, and that should take care of it. Okay, so as long as we have room for, or enough when, okay, So 2 more. Okay, we're done with glass now. I don't plan to really use glass for anything else, so... Oh, we accidentally built a bunch of that out of diamond. Oops. Diamond, I suspect, is a bit warmer than glass. Whatever. It won't hurt anything. In the long run. But yeah, it's a bit warm over here now. They're much smaller bedrooms now. Poor guys, gals, and people. Water's coming up at a nice pace. Germs are pretty nasty. Most of these germs are on pure oxygen, so it won't be a big deal. Ten tiles goes so fast. What is this? What is making this nasty gas? Chlorine. Ugh. Bleach stone. Sweep that up right now. Tell me we haven't filled up our bleach stones. Just gonna go ahead and crack some hatch eggs. Make some omelets. .62-degree water. Why? What would cause it to be 62 degrees? Oh, because it's coming from over here at quite the hot. We're not using this, which is just very hot water. We have plenty of wheeze wards, so I think we're just going to build another wheeze ward room. And we're gonna do cool water this time. So we're gonna start with the insulation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. We'll have a door. Of course, we'll have our vent for hydrogen that we'll pump in. Then we'll do airflow like such. We'll have one airflow tile right there. Bizlite wall on the backside will be great. Okay. Just dropping priority on things so they do the lowest most thing first. I don't want to have to dig underneath to complete these tiles. Okay. Now I can pop all this back up. Well, let's bring this one down to 2 if it's not too late. It was. It should be okay, question mark? We'll see. So, plumbing. Yeah, plumbing. So this will be a box, 2 for the Wheezewort, and then 2 above. So, well, I'm going to have to make... This is going to have to be the floor, ceiling. Okay, so we are going to have to break a pipe, so we might as well break it like right here. That way we do have a spot so that we can empty pipes. Might as well plant our warts right away. There's no reason not to. I don't have to click on every single one though. Just copy the settings. $20 in general, so yeah, still cooler than the other stuff around it. Okay, so we've already emptied these pipes, so I'm going to deconstruct those 4. We're just going to go with radiant pipe. Switch back to insulated and go right there. So we're going to cancel that one. So we'll go up and up. We'll probably have to make that one an airflow tile for now. So if I'm doing that, I want to deconstruct that and deconstruct the ascent. I'm going to move it in a little further. I'm just worried that hydrogen will escape if it's in that close proximity, so I'm going to move the hydrogen in a little further. Just gonna go to there. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little bit of extra dirt for you this morning. There we go. That'll be our fully cooling area. That one's looks weird because it doesn't have a tile below it. Up here, things are looking great. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Getting pretty close. Then we need to build traps and beds and things. There's still plenty of stuff to do, but we're getting close. Okay, looks like everything is done down there, so we can put the tiles back that we broke. Do those two at set 8. The rest of these 7. Make sure we got those vents. Yep, we got all the ventilation in there. I don't know if one of these doesn't really say if one. I'm sorry. It doesn't really say if one of these doors or the other will let less temperature through. But the one takes twice as much, so I usually just use these unless I actually want to power them, because if they're powered, they go a lot faster. But once we're done in here, they won't be allowed back in, so. So I'm going to go ahead and reconnect over here, because I just was trying to drain the pipes is all. All of these should be reachable because they're within 4 of these 2 tiles. If not, we could break a top tile and we'd be able to get back in. Okay, so we've restored that. Now we just need to find a way to get the hydrogen from up here down to there, which I have an idea for. So I already closed off this because I knew I wanted to let dupes over here. I think I'll give them an easier route to get over here. Just so they don't have to go all the way around. And I'm going to start by building a gas reservoir right here. I'll put it right here. Huh. Made this a little convoluted. Didn't really think about where I was going to send it when I was done. So I'm going to run it into the base a little bit. Back around. Up. And into here. So I'm going to use that reservoir for something else. And we can come over here. Well, they have no way up there right now. But we will give them one. Okay. Oh, they do have a way. They can go up and around. It's a little convoluted, but they'll get there. So we'll let them think about that when they've got more stuff completed, less things on their mind. Must be broken again. I think we have plenty of shine nymphs right now. Look at all of those. So we're gonna go ahead and break those 3 new eggs. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's just crazy. So bright. Okay, so overheated polymer press, broken polymer press. Come on. Okay. Alright, so I was hoping we could complete this whole thing in 45 to 55 minutes, but we did not quite get there. So I'm gonna call it a wrap on this one today. We're getting there. We're getting all the stuff done. Things are looking great. So thanks for joining me on Glider Gaming, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.